Have you ever seen an 80-year-old doing things that most 40-year-olds struggle with, running marathons, dancing effortlessly, or lifting weights with confidence, and wondered how it's even possible? What if aging didn't have to mean slowing down, breaking down, or fading away? What if, instead, growing older meant growing stronger, sharper, and more alive? Welcome to the idea of aging in reverse, not through magic or denial, but through intentional living. This isn't about chasing youth, it's about redefining what aging looks and feels like. Science, experience, and stories from around the world prove that with the right mindset, habits, and heart, we can defy the stereotypes and limitations that come with age. This journey isn't reserved for a lucky few. It's possible for anyone willing to change how they move, think, feel, and connect. In this video, we'll explore how physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health can turn back the clock, starting today. Let's begin. Section 1. Physical health, the key to aging in reverse. Physical health is the cornerstone of aging in reverse. It's often the first thing people notice when they see someone defy their age, whether it's an older adult running laps around the track, effortlessly lifting groceries, or maintaining perfect posture while walking with confidence. While many accept physical decline as a natural part of growing older, the reality is that much of that decline can be slowed, managed, or even reversed through conscious effort and lifestyle choices. The human body is incredibly adaptive and resilient, and when we nurture it properly, it rewards us with strength, vitality, and freedom well into our later years. Movement is a fundamental part of staying young. Regular physical activity doesn't just keep muscles toned or help manage weight, it fuels the entire system. Exercise improves circulation, delivers oxygen to cells, maintains bone density, and supports joint flexibility. It helps maintain balance, which prevents falls and injuries that often become more dangerous as we age. Cardiovascular health improves with consistent activity, reducing the risk of heart disease, stroke, and other chronic illnesses. But perhaps more importantly, physical activity stimulates the release of endorphins, those feel-good chemicals that enhance mood and reduce stress, making you feel younger and more alive. Strength training, even in later years, can be transformative. Contrary to the outdated belief that lifting weights is only for the young, resistance training helps prevent the natural muscle loss that comes with aging, known as sarcopenia. When you build muscle, you also strengthen bones, which is critical in preventing osteoporosis. Simple exercises such as bodyweight squats, light dumbbell routines, or resistance band workouts can bring dramatic improvements in strength and mobility. And these movements don't need to be intense, they just need to be consistent. Nutrition is another powerful component of physical youthfulness. What we put into our bodies becomes the fuel that determines how well we function. Whole nutrient-rich foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and healthy fats provide the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants needed to repair cells, reduce inflammation, and maintain energy levels. Hydration also plays a crucial role. As we age, our sense of thirst can diminish, making it easier to become dehydrated, which impacts everything from skin elasticity to mental clarity and joint lubrication. A well-hydrated body simply functions better. Sleep, often overlooked, is the quiet hero of physical health. During deep sleep, the body performs critical repair work, regenerating tissues, balancing hormones, and cleaning out waste from the brain. Poor sleep is linked to faster aging, weight gain, lowered immunity, and increased risk of chronic diseases. Quality rest helps preserve muscle, maintain mental sharpness, and promote emotional stability, all essential to aging in reverse. Finally, daily habits matter. Physical health isn't about extreme measures or drastic changes. It's built through the steady accumulation of good choices. A brisk walk every morning, choosing water over soda, stretching before bed, or getting a full night's rest might seem small, but over time, these habits create a foundation for vitality. The body will respond to what you give it. And when you move with intention, nourish with care, and rest with purpose, you set the stage for a body that not only lasts longer, but thrives longer. Aging in reverse truly begins with how you treat your physical self, one day, one decision at a time. Section 2. Mental health, the power of a sharp mind. Mental health is one of the most powerful, yet often underestimated components of aging in reverse. While the body may show signs of aging on the outside, a sharp, focused, and resilient mind can keep you feeling youthful on the inside. In fact, studies show that mental agility and cognitive engagement can delay or even prevent age-related decline. A healthy mind not only helps you think more clearly, but it also affects how you feel, how you interact with others, and how you respond to life's challenges. In many ways, mental strength is the compass that guides every other part of well-being. As we age, our brains naturally go through changes. Some neural pathways may slow down, and memory might not be as quick as it once was. However, this doesn't mean that cognitive decline is inevitable. The brain is incredibly plastic, meaning it has the ability to adapt, grow, and rewire itself throughout life. This concept, known as neuroplasticity, is what allows people to learn new skills, form new habits, and even recover from mental setbacks at any age. But like any other muscle in the body, the brain needs regular stimulation to stay strong. Engaging in activities that challenge the mind is essential to preserving its sharpness. Reading, writing, solving puzzles, learning a new language, or even picking up a musical instrument can help keep cognitive functions strong. These activities demand focus, memory, and problem solving, all of which stimulate the brain and encourage new neural connections. When the mind is actively engaged, it doesn't have time to stagnate. Lifelong learning isn't just a phrase, it's a necessity for mental vitality. Mindfulness and meditation also play a critical role in mental health. These practices teach the brain to focus, regulate emotions, and manage stress, an often silent contributor to mental fatigue and burnout. Chronic stress has been linked to memory problems, anxiety, and even physical illness. But when the mind learns to pause, breathe, and reset, it becomes more resilient. Meditation strengthens the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, focus, and self-control. Even just a few minutes of daily mindfulness can help sharpen awareness and reduce mental clutter. Social connection is another pillar of mental well-being. Interacting with others, sharing thoughts, and engaging in meaningful conversations stimulate the brain and boost emotional health. Loneliness, on the other hand, can be mentally and emotionally draining, leading to depression and cognitive decline. Maintaining relationships, joining community groups, or even volunteering can give the mind the stimulation it craves while fostering a sense of purpose and belonging. In the end, mental health is not something that stays intact on its own. It needs nurturing exercise and attention. A sharp mind can guide you through life's challenges with clarity and grace, turning each new year into an opportunity for growth. When you prioritize your mental health, you don't just preserve your memories, you create a future filled with possibility, learning, and discovery. That is the true power of aging in reverse. Section 3. Emotional health, the secret to feeling young at heart. Emotional health is often the hidden thread that weaves together every aspect of a youthful spirit. While physical strength and mental sharpness are visible and celebrated, the emotional well-being that keeps a person feeling vibrant, joyful, and resilient is less obvious, but no less important. It is the secret to feeling young at heart, no matter what age the calendar says. When emotional health is nurtured, people carry themselves with a lightness and warmth that defies the years. Their eyes sparkle, their laughter is full, and they embrace life with openness. This is not because they have been untouched by hardship, but because they've learned to process emotions, let go of what no longer serves them, and cultivate joy in their daily lives. As we move through life, we inevitably face emotional challenges, loss, disappointment, regret, loneliness. Over time, these experiences can pile up and begin to weigh heavily on the heart. But aging in reverse means learning to acknowledge and release those emotional burdens. Holding on to bitterness or unhealed wounds accelerates aging not only emotionally, but physically as well. Stress and unresolved emotions manifest in the body as tension, illness, and fatigue. On the other hand, emotional resilience, the ability to bounce back, to forgive, to love again, infuses the body and mind with a youthful energy. One of the most powerful tools for emotional well-being is self-awareness. When individuals take time to understand their emotions rather than suppress them, they gain control over how they respond to life. Emotional intelligence, the ability to recognize, understand, and manage one's emotions and those of others, is often more valuable than intellect or knowledge. It helps people navigate relationships, handle stress, and make sound decisions. An emotionally intelligent person knows when to speak, when to listen, when to walk away, and when to hold on. This kind of wisdom doesn't come with age, it comes with intentional practice. Practicing gratitude is another profound way to nurture emotional youthfulness. People who regularly reflect on the good in their lives tend to be happier, more optimistic, and more satisfied. Gratitude shifts the focus from what's missing to what's abundant. It grounds the mind in the present moment and creates a sense of fulfillment that external success or possessions cannot offer. Simply keeping a gratitude journal, taking a few moments each day to say thank you, or expressing appreciation to others can make a noticeable difference in emotional tone and resilience. Another vital element of emotional health is meaningful connection. Being emotionally young often means having strong, supportive relationships that provide laughter, comfort, and encouragement. Whether it's family, friends, or a loving partner, emotional connections provide a safe space for vulnerability, growth, and shared joy. They remind us that we're not alone and that we matter. Ultimately, to feel young at heart is to allow yourself to feel fully, to laugh without reservation, to cry without shame, to love deeply, and to forgive freely. Emotional youth isn't about avoiding difficult feelings, but learning to move through them with grace. It's the courage to stay open, the wisdom to let go, and the commitment to keep choosing joy, no matter your age. When your heart is light, your spirit remains ageless, and that's the true magic of aging in reverse. Section 4. Spiritual Health, the Path to a Deeper, More Fulfilling Life. Spiritual health is often the most overlooked dimension of well-being, yet it holds the key to a deeper, more fulfilling life, and is essential for those seeking to age in reverse. While physical vitality and mental clarity are important, they are incomplete without a sense of inner peace, purpose, and connection to something greater than oneself. Spiritual health isn't confined to religion or doctrine. It's about finding meaning, embracing stillness, and nurturing the soul. Is this inner alignment that brings harmony to our outer lives. As people grow older, many begin to ask the bigger questions. Why am I here? What truly matters? These reflections aren't signs of decline. They're signs of awakening, an invitation to go inward and discover a timeless part of the self. A spiritually healthy person possesses a quiet confidence, not built on achievements or possessions, but on the deep understanding that life has purpose and meaning beyond the surface. This perspective can profoundly impact how one experiences aging. When the spirit is at peace, fear of aging and death begins to fade. There's a sense of continuity that extends beyond the physical body, a belief that life is part of a larger journey. People who nurture their spiritual lives often find themselves less reactive to life's chaos and more anchored in acceptance and grace. This sense of calm radiates outward, making them appear not only wiser but more youthful and serene. One of the most powerful aspects of spiritual health is the development of presence, the ability to live fully in the now. So many people spend their lives either regretting the past or worrying about the future. But youth, in its purest form, lives in the present moment. When you are spiritually connected, each moment becomes sacred. You begin to notice the beauty in simple things, a sunrise, a child's laughter, a quiet walk. Life no longer feels like a race, but a blessing. This shift in awareness transforms everyday experiences into moments of joy and reflection. A person who walks through life with spiritual presence moves slower, smiles more, and carries an unshakable peace that others are drawn to. Spiritual practices help cultivate this presence. Meditation, prayer, journaling, spending time in nature, or simply sitting in silence all offer a gateway to the soul. These moments of stillness allow individuals to reconnect with their true selves, beyond roles, expectations, and ego. In this space, there is no age, no time, only being. And this sense of pure being is where timelessness resides. When practiced regularly, spiritual habits begin to dissolve stress, reduce anxiety, and lower blood pressure. But more than the physical benefits, they offer emotional grounding and a sense of belonging to something eternal. Forgiveness is another spiritual tool that lightens the soul. Holding on to resentment, regret, or anger weighs heavily on the heart and accelerates emotional and physical aging. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning wrongdoings. It means freeing yourself from the chains of pain and giving your spirit room to breathe again. It's a courageous act that renews energy, restores peace, and opens the door to deeper love. Living with spiritual intention also brings a sense of purpose. When people feel they are part of something larger, whether it's a family, a community, a mission, or a faith, they are more resilient, hopeful, and generous. Purpose provides a reason to wake up each day with enthusiasm and curiosity. It invites continued growth and learning regardless of age. People with a spiritual foundation often radiate joy, not because life is perfect, but because they've found peace within the imperfections. In truth, spiritual health is the timeless foundation beneath all other aspects of well-being. It nurtures the soul, soothes the mind, and energizes the body. And in its embrace, we begin to remember that the spirit does not age. It evolves, deepens, and shines brighter with time. Aging in reverse isn't about denying the passage of years. It's about rising above them. With a nourished spirit, we don't just live longer. We live deeper, fuller, and with a joy that is truly ageless. Aging in reverse isn't about denying your age. It's about embracing life with energy, purpose, and a renewed sense of vitality. It means taking care of your physical health through regular movement, balanced nutrition, and rest so your body stays strong and agile. It involves keeping your mind sharp by staying curious, learning new things, and challenging your brain to grow, no matter your age. But true youthfulness also comes from emotional and spiritual health. When you choose to let go of bitterness, nurture positive relationships, and cultivate peace, you create space for joy and resilience. A spiritually fulfilled life, one rooted in purpose, faith, or a deeper connection, grounds you, gives meaning to your journey, and keeps you inspired. The truth is, aging doesn't have to mean decline. It can mean wisdom, strength, and a second chance to live more fully. Each small choice you make today, moving your body, feeding your mind, healing your heart, and uplifting your spirit, pushes back the hands of time in meaningful ways. You have the power to redefine aging. You can begin again right now, not just to live longer, but to live better. Because aging in reverse starts today with one decision: to live with purpose and vitality.